Hello, good morning, Morris class. It's Miss Baig here, and welcome to your second maths lesson for this week. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of February, 2021. Our learning objective for our new topic that we are going to start is, can I use a tally chart to count objects? Can I use a tally chart to count objects? Okay, you must be thinking, what, Miss Baig, what is a tally chart? A tally chart helps us collect data such as the number of objects and present it in a table. Now, there is a special way that you tally something. So tally is basically like a verb. It's a doing word. It's something that you do. And I am going to show you how it's a way of counting objects. Okay, so how many juice boxes are there all together? Now, I can see without even counting that there's 1, 2, 3. Now, usually we would just write the number 3. But when we are tallying, we do a line. That represents 1, that represents 2, and that represents 3. So one line just going straight down like this equals 1. Now, if you have 2, that equals 2. If you have 3 lines, that equals 3. And if you have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that equals 4. Okay, now let's count how many strawberries there are all together. Can you do it with me? There is, I'm going to use the crossing off method, that's 1. Now remember, I'm doing a tally. This is called a tally mark. Tally mark. So these marks here, these ones right here, these are called tally marks. Let's go back. I've got 1 there, 2, 3. I have 3 strawberries all together. Now, can you help me count the flowers? Thank you. Let's start and use the crossing off method. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Now, when we are doing a tally mark, the lines need to be next to each other. So I'm going to show you what not to do. So I'm going to show you what a bad one looks like. Right, if I were to count these flowers and I'm going to do a tally mark, this is what a bad one looks like. Right, I'm ready. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 flowers all together. That is what a bad one looks like. Now I'm going to show you again what a good one looks like. Okay, let's start again, but let's do it properly this time. I'm going to do them right next to each other. 1, 2, nice and neat. 3, I'm trying to make them all the same size. 4, I have 4 flowers all together. I've completed my tally marks. Tally marks. Well done. Okay, now when we have 5 objects, the way that we tally changes slightly, okay? And I'm going to show you now. So let's count how many pairs there are in this bag. There's 1. Now I need you to pay attention what I'm going to do. 2, so good looking, Morris class. 3, 4. Now 5, instead of doing 1 line here, this is how you do the 5. Now that shows me, when I see this, that shows me that there are 5 in this one. So I don't need to count them. If I hold up 5 fingers on my hand, I know that I have 5 fingers. So if I hold this up, I don't need to say, Morris class, how many fingers do I have? You're not going to say, right, let me pause the video here, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, because we know that there are 5 fingers on one hand. So that's automatically 5. That's why we say high 5. Okay, now when you see this tally mark, I'm going to highlight it for you. When you see this tally mark here, this one right here with a line going across, then you know that there are 5 in this tally mark, okay? So now let's count these pairs underneath. 1, now remember we need to do it carefully. 2, I need to make sure, just like we did in our sharing, 1 at a time, that's how we're going to do our tally marks as well. 3, 4, 5. Well done. Now, here, we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, and we have 5. Well done. Now, 5 and 5. Altogether, I have 10. Fantastic. I have 10 pairs, and I had 5 pairs here. Okie dokie. Now, can you help me count the spots on these Numicon? How many are there altogether? So, can you help me? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. Oops, I forgot something, Morris class. What did I do? Oh no, you don't write the 5th line, you do it horizontal like this. Let's try that again. Oh, now I've rubbed out those. Let me get my rubber out and let's try it again. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a huge rubber. Let's make it smaller next time. Okay, I was on 4, 5. Thank you, Morris class, for reminding me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know that I need to do a line there because I saw that I had 4 lines. Now, every time you count in 5s, you must do a line like this. That's how you do a tally mark, okay? Now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So, let's go. That's 11. That's 12. That's 13. That's 14. And 15. I have 15 Numicon all together. 15 Numicon. Well done. Okie dokie. Now, let's look at this picture. I've got flowers, lambs, umbrella, eggs, umbrella, eggs, and all of those. Oh, and there's even 2 lovely little chicks there. Now, here underneath, there is a total given on the side. We need to complete the tally marks. So when you have a box like this, and it's got lots of little boxes, it's got columns and rows, this is called a tally chart. A tally chart. Well done. Now, over here, it says chicks. There's 2, but the tally box is empty. So that means we need to together complete the tally mark. So I know that if I write 2, I'm going to say 1 for that one and 2. Fantastic, we've completed the tally mark. Now let's do it for eggs. Now it's given us the total here, 3, but just to double check, I'm going to count. Let's make myself a bit smaller so you can see all of the items in the box. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Okay, so there's 3 there. This one I did a bit big actually, but I'm a super learner. I can always improve myself. Right, next, umbrella. It says there are 5 here, but let me just double check. 1, so I've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, stop right there. 5. Well done. Okay, the lamb. Oh, yes, I can only see that there is 1 lamb. That one's nice and easy. 1. Now, how about the daffodils? There's no total here, so it's not helping me. Let's count together. There's 1. There's none in the first row. What about in the second row? Oh, there's a second one. That's 2. And that's, oh, right at the end, that's 3. So there are 3 daffodils. Hang on a minute. 1 minute, Morris class. Here, there's 1 umbrella that's not crossed off. So what are we going to do now? This total is wrong. That's why we need to double check all the time. Now, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's one more. That's number 6. Well done. So I had 5 and then I added one more and that's 6 altogether. So this needs to change to number 6. Well done. That's why we're double checking and counting. Okay, so remember when we do a tally chart, it is all about setting data into like this table over here, and it all needs to be accurate. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention and you're counting each one accurately. Okay, now it says complete the tally and the total. So first it says adults. Now out of all these group of people, how many adults are there, Morris class? Show me your fingers. Well done. There is one adult. So I'm going to put 1 tally mark and the total is 1. When it says the total, that means we're actually writing the numeral, okay? And when it says tally, we are doing the tally marks. So the little lines. So the total is the number or the numeral. Okay, I'll write it here. Numeral. Numeral. Okay, now how many children are there? Pause the video here and have a quick count. Okay, let's count together. 1, I'm going to tally it up first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, 5. Well done. 6. That needs to go up there. 6, 7, and 8. Now I know that that's 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. That's 5. And then I've got 6, 7, 8. 8 all together. So my total, I'm going to write my numeral, the number 8. Thank you very much for completing that with me, Morris class. Okay, we have come to your part of the lesson. So if you usually complete challenge 1, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to draw the tally marks to represent each number. Now let's go through number 1A together. So for 5, you're going to write the number at the top and then you're going to do the tally mark underneath. Let's do this one together. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now for 10, you do the same. And then for 4, it would just be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we don't need to put a line because there isn't a 5th one. We've only got 4. Now, when it hits 5, the thumb, then we need to do the line. Okay, just like for A. Okay, your second question, challenge 1 children, is it says there are some socks on a washing line. The socks are spotty, stripy, or plain. So we have 3 different types: spotty, stripy, or plain. Now your job is you need to count all of the spotty socks. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that's it. Oh, there's one on the end. Make sure you look properly. So then you do the tally. Remember, the tally is the lines. Okay. And when it says total, that means it's the number. So this is a tally mark, tally mark. So you're completing the tally mark. And then do the same for plain socks and stripy socks. Okay. Challenge number 2, your question. Class 2, tally the number of pencils, rubbers, and rulers they have. Okay, so within class 2, so the class's name is class number 2, they have this many pencils, they have this many rubbers, and they have this many rulers in their classroom. Now, you are going to draw the correct number of items that have been tallied above. For example, let's just do pencils. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 pencils, so I'm going to draw 4 pencils. That's 1 pencil. That's a 2nd pencil. Okay, then I've got, looks more like a rocket. Then I've got another pencil here. And then I've got a 4th pencil. There you go. Now, can you draw rubbers that match the correct tally and the correct number of rulers? Now, remember, when there is a line like this, that means there are how many? 5. Well done. That means there are 5 there. Okay, once you have completed your third question, then this is for challenge 2 and challenge 3 children. So you are going to count the objects below and fill in the tally chart. So remember, when it's a tally, you're doing the, and when it says total, you are writing the numeral, okay? So pause the screen here, count up. Remember, just like we did with the ones with the eggs, the chicks, and the flowers, make sure you watch properly in case you've missed one out, okay? Challenge 3, question number 5. Here are some shapes. You are going to complete a tally chart to show how many of each shape there are. So you are going to draw a tally chart like this. Now I'm going to help you a bit with this question. Let's extend the page. I'm going to help you a bit with this question because it is your first lesson on this topic. So this is how you would draw the tally chart, okay? This is what I would like. Oh, that's a very dodgy line. Let's try that again. See, this is why we should always use a ruler if you have one at home, which you should have because it was in your emergency pack. I'm going to have total. I'm going to have tally over here at the top. So this is my total. This is my tally. And this is my shape. Okay, now how many shapes do we have? We have a square. So that's one line for the square. Square. Right, next you can write the name. I'm just drawing it because it's quicker. Right, I have a circle, I have a rectangle and a triangle. Right, now triangle and a rectangle. So a rectangle is, well, a square is a rectangle, but that's actually, no, let me stop there. Pretend I said that because that's going to confuse you and you don't need to know that now. So a rectangle is an elongated, it looks like a square, but it's longer, okay? And a square, all of the sides are equal. So that means it's got the same size on each side. And then you would do a tally. So for example, rectangle, there's only one tally mark and number 1. And you complete the rest. Okay, next, your extension. It says Whitney, Teddy, and Jack tally how many jumps they can do in 1 minute. So Whitney is saying, oh, sorry, my total is 11. Do you agree with Whitney and explain your reasons? So when it says explain your reasons, you are going to say, stem sentence, I agree, for example, with Whitney. Oh, my handwriting's terrible. Because, and then you explain the reason why. Okay? Now, over here underneath, it says this part B of the question is, how could Teddy's tallying be improved? So now, I think you all know that that looks more like 5 tally marks. So that's the only clue I'm going to give you. How could Teddy's tallying be improved? I would like you to do the tally. So first things first, copy out this tally chart and complete the total, and then answer part A and part B. Okay, Mara's class, I hope you have enjoyed this lesson on tally charts and tally marks. This is our first lesson for this new topic that we are learning this term. If you are confused at any point, or if you feel like you've really struggled, then please rewind the video and watch the examples again. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, Mara's class. Until next time, keep smiling and stay safe. Bye-bye.